Comfort feels safe. It feels easy. It feels like the right place to stay. But here's the brutal truth no one likes to face. Comfort is a slow executioner. It doesn't kill you fast, it kills you quietly. It drains your fire one day at a time. It robs your hunger. It dulls your edge. And before you know it, you've traded your potential for a couch and excuses. The comfort zone is not safety. It's a cage, a padded prison where men waste away, soft and powerless, convincing themselves that this is enough. Look around, the strongest men, the most dangerous men, the most successful men. They didn't come from comfort. They were forged in the fire. They built themselves in chaos, in risk, in pressure, in pain. Comfort tells you you're fine, but deep down you know you're not. Every day you stay there, you decay. Every day you stay there, you forget who you could have been. You're not meant to live sedated, you're meant to live sharpened, and that only happens when you step into discomfort. Growth only lives in discomfort. Every man you admire, every warrior, every champion, every unstoppable beast you've ever looked up to, they weren't built where it was easy. They were built in the struggle. They were built in the dark places of pain that most men run from. Comfort never created greatness. Comfort never forged a warrior. Comfort never raised a man worth remembering. Look around you. The weak cling to comfort. The lazy worship comfort. They want the rewards without the sacrifice. They want the glory without the scars. They want the crown without the blood. But men who rise, they understand one truth carved in stone. Growth only lives in discomfort. It's the heavy weights crushing your body until your hands tear open. It's the miles that make your lungs burn and your heart pound like it's going to explode. It's the sleepless nights where your stomach is empty and your mind is full of doubt. It's the silence when nobody believes in you, when nobody claps for you, when you're the only one who sees the vision. That's where men are born. That's where legends rise. That's where your true self is waiting. The man you are right now, he's soft clay. Every hardship, every battle, every ounce of pain, it's the fire that hardens you into steel. You don't become strong when life is easy. You don't become disciplined when things are handed to you. You don't find out what you're capable of in the soft arms of comfort. No, you find out who you really are when you're on your knees, broken, and everything inside you screams to quit, and you refuse. That's where growth begins. That's where greatness is earned. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your greatest weapon. It's the battlefield that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's the trial by fire that burns away weakness and reveals the man you were meant to be. The truth is brutal, but you need to hear it. If you stay comfortable, you will stay average. If you cling to ease, you will die unknown. If you worship safety, you will leave this world without ever meeting the man you could have become. But if you embrace discomfort, if you step into the pain willingly, if you carry the weight that breaks weaker men, if you bleed for the vision you refuse to surrender, you become unstoppable. Discomfort builds calluses on your hands. Discomfort builds armor on your soul. Discomfort builds the type of man who can stand in the storm and not flinch. And here's the cold reality. Every man who quit, every quitter, every coward, every weak soul who gave up, they all bowed to comfort. They chose the soft life, and the soft life crushed them. But not you. Not if you're listening to this. Not if you're breathing these words into your bones. You are not here to be comfortable. You are here to dominate. You are here to suffer, to fight, to break, to rise, and to build yourself into something the world cannot ignore. The pain you feel is not punishment, it is progress. The struggle you face is not weakness, it is the sharpening of your blade. The battle you fight is not breaking you, it is building you. So understand this and never forget it. Comfort is the coffin. Discomfort is the resurrection. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Discomfort is where warriors are born. And every time you choose discomfort, every time you take the harder road, every time you embrace the pain instead of running from it, you are reborn stronger, harder, sharper, hungrier. One day you will look in the mirror and realize you're no longer the man who dreamed about being strong. You're the man who became strong, not because it was easy, not because it was comfortable, but because you bled for it, because you suffered for it, because you earned it. And that is the truth. Growth does not live in comfort. Growth only lives in discomfort. And if you want it, you better be willing to step into the fire and refuse to walk out. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. At first, discomfort feels like hell. It feels wrong. Your chest is tight. Your muscles burn. Your lungs beg for air. Your mind whispers, stop. This isn't right. Go back. Escape. And that's where most men fold. That's where they retreat. That's where they quit. Because comfort is seductive. Comfort is soft. Comfort whispers, you're fine right here. Don't push, don't risk, don't fight. But here's the ugly truth. Comfort is death in slow motion. It steals from you quietly. First it takes your hunger, then it robs your edge, then it numbs your spirit. Until one day you look in the mirror and don't even recognize the weak man staring back. Discomfort is the opposite. Discomfort is alive, it's raw, it's violent, it strips you down and exposes who you really are. At first it feels unbearable, but if you stay, if you hold your ground when everything inside you is begging to flee, if you resist the urge to run back into softness, something happens. Your body adapts, your mind hardens, your spirit sharpens. The fire that once burned you starts forging you. The pressure that once crushed you starts shaping you. The chaos that once broke you becomes the training ground that builds you. And then discomfort stops being your enemy. It becomes your ally. It becomes your weapon. It becomes home. Listen carefully. The average man is allergic to pain. He avoids the cold shower. He skips the heavy weight. He won't walk into the hard conversation. He won't stay in the grind when it gets ugly. He searches for shortcuts. He craves the easy road. He wants results without suffering, and that's why he stays average. But you are different. You lean into it. You walk into the fire. You make the pain your training ground. You make the weight your teacher. You make the storm your proving ground, and that's why you'll rise while others fall. Because while the world is running from discomfort, you are running toward it. Think about it. When other men collapse under pressure, you're steady. When they panic in uncertainty, you're calm. When they beg for relief, you're locked in and focused. Why? Because this chaos, this fire, this fight, this is where you live. The man who learns to live in discomfort is a man who becomes untouchable. He's already endured what everyone else is afraid of. He's already suffered what they won't even dare to face. And because of that, nothing outside of him can break him. You could strip him of everything, money, titles, comfort, support, and he'll still rise. Because he doesn't need softness. He doesn't need easy. He doesn't need permission. He only needs the fight. He only needs the fire. He only needs the struggle. That's why champions are born in discomfort. That's why warriors are carved in fire. That's why kings are forged in chaos. It wasn't talent that made them great. It wasn't luck that crowned them. It wasn't some magical destiny that lifted them up. It was this. They stayed in the storm when everyone else ran. They stayed under pressure when everyone else tapped out. They stayed in discomfort until it became second nature. That's what separates the great from the ordinary. Not talent, not luck, but the willingness to endure longer than anyone else. So here's the law of men who win. The man who embraces discomfort owns the man who avoids it. The man who trains in chaos dominates the man who runs from it. The man who bleeds in practice destroys the man who hides from pain. And when you reach that point, when discomfort no longer rattles you, when pain no longer breaks you, when chaos feels like home instead of hell, you become unstoppable, you become unbreakable, you become inevitable, because the world can only defeat the man who fears discomfort, but the man who craves it, the man who hunts it, the man who thrives in it, that man cannot be touched. So stop craving comfort, stop begging for easy, stop chasing shortcuts, step into the fire, lean into the storm. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because discomfort is not punishment, it's preparation, it's transformation. It's the crucible where warriors are made. And once you build your life there, no storm can shake you, no challenge can stop you, no man can outlast you. Because while they're waiting for things to get easier, you've already become the kind of man who doesn't need easy. And that is why eventually you will win. The world respects struggle, not comfort. Nobody respects the man who played it safe. Nobody remembers the man who stayed soft, hidden, and comfortable. Nobody sings songs about the man who avoided the fight. Because comfort never created greatness. Comfort never built warriors. Comfort never left behind legacies. Comfort is the silent killer of men. It sedates you. It makes you forget your hunger. It convinces you to settle for less when more is possible. It makes you live small, die smaller, and vanish without a trace. The world does not bow to the comfortable. The world bows only to the man who chose the fire, the one who bled, the one who sacrificed, the one who embraced struggle and used it as fuel. Look at history. Every man who is remembered, every king, every warrior, every conqueror, walked through storms. They faced trials that would have destroyed lesser men, but instead of folding, they hardened. Instead of retreating, they advanced. Instead of breaking, they became unbreakable. The truth is simple. The world does not respect comfort. The world respects struggle. Struggle is proof. Proof that you wanted it enough to pay the price. Proof that you carried a weight most men would drop. Proof that you endured pain and still refused to stop. Comfort makes you invisible. It hides you in the shadows. It turns you into background noise. But struggle makes men unforgettable. Struggle puts fire in their eyes and steel in their voice. Struggle makes them dangerous. A man who has suffered is different. You can see it in his walk. You can hear it in his words. You can feel it in his presence. He doesn't need to prove himself. His scars prove him. He doesn't need to boast. His endurance speaks louder than words. That is the kind of man the world respects. That is the kind of man others fear. That is the kind of man history bows to. But understand this, respect doesn't come cheap. It costs blood, it costs pain, it costs sacrifice. And most men aren't willing to pay that price. Do you want respect? Then bleed for it. Do you want fear in the eyes of others? Then suffer for it. Do you want to be remembered when you're gone? Then rise again and again until nothing on this earth can keep you down. Because comfort will try to chain you. It will whisper, stay here. Don't push harder. You've done enough. But those whispers are poison. Those whispers kill warriors in silence. Those whispers make men die with regret in their hearts. Excuses don't build legacies. Excuses don't inspire nations. Excuses don't leave scars on history. Scars do. Persistence does, sacrifice does, unrelenting execution in the face of pain does. Respect is not handed out, it is seized. It is seized in the arena when you refuse to quit. It is seized in the storm when you rise through chaos. It is seized on the battlefield when you fight long after others have fallen. The world doesn't admire the safe. The world doesn't care about the soft. The world admires the savage, the relentless, the man who refuses to bow, the man who doesn't just endure the storm, he becomes the storm. Do you want to be respected? Then go where others won't. Do you want to be feared? Then endure what others can't. Do you want to be remembered? Then fight battles that others run from. Step into the fire. Step into the struggle. Step into the suffering that forges greatness. Because no man was ever crowned by comfort, but every man who embraced struggle became a legend. The man who bleeds and rises is immortal. His scars are his medals. His persistence is his crown. His story becomes a weapon that echoes long after his death. So here is the truth. The world will not remember your excuses. It will not honor your comfort, but it will always respect the man who bled, who suffered, who fought, who rose again and again until nothing could break him. Bleed, sweat, suffer, rise. Become the man the world cannot ignore. Comfort will kill you. Discomfort will save you. Listen, and listen with everything you've got. This is not a pep talk. This is not motivation. This is survival, comfort. That word sounds sweet. It sounds harmless. It sounds safe. But it is the most lethal enemy a man can face. It's not loud. It's not violent. It's not obvious. It's patient. It waits. And while it waits, it feeds on your potential. Comfort kills slowly. It doesn't stab you once. It bleeds you out drip by drip. It convinces you that you're okay when you're not. It convinces you that you've got time when you don't. It convinces you that you're resting when really you're rotting. That's what most men never realize until it's too late. They think comfort is harmless until they wake up 10 years later and realize they've wasted everything. Their dreams gone, their fire extinguished, their edge blunted, and now they're standing at the grave of who they could have been, wishing they had fought harder. You know what regret is? It's the ghost of the man you were supposed to be, staring at you saying, "Why didn't you fight for me?" That's what comfort leaves you with. But there's another path, the path of discomfort, the path every warrior, every leader, every great man before you walked. Discomfort is the cure. Discomfort is the fire. Discomfort is the forge where weak men burn and strong men are born. It doesn't feel good. It's not meant to. It hurts. It breaks you down. It tests you until you think you've got nothing left. But that's the point. Because only in those moments when you're pushed beyond what you thought you could handle, do you actually grow. That's when your body gets stronger. That's when your mind gets sharper. That's when your spirit gets harder. Look back at every victory you've ever had in your life. It wasn't born from comfort. It wasn't handed to you. It came from struggle, from pain, from sweat, blood, sacrifice. The gym rep that made your muscles scream. That's where growth lived. The risk you took when fear clawed at you, that's where courage was born. The failures you suffered but refused to quit from, that's where resilience was carved into your soul. Comfort could never give you those gifts, only discomfort can. That's why men who embrace discomfort become dangerous. While everyone else runs from pain, they run toward it. While everyone else breaks under pressure, they thrive in it. While everyone else hides from fear, they grab it by the throat. Discomfort makes you unbreakable. Discomfort makes you sharp. Discomfort makes you a man the world cannot ignore. But here's the thing. You can't just visit discomfort. You can't just step into it once in a while. You have to live there. You have to make it your permanent address. You have to get so used to discomfort that comfort feels foreign, because only then do you become unstoppable. Understand this clearly. You will fail in your comfort zone. There is no avoiding it. Stay there long enough and you'll rot. You'll shrink. You'll become a shadow of yourself. But if you choose discomfort, if you choose the harder path day after day, no matter how much it hurts, then winning isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because eventually, through blood, through scars, through endless grind, discomfort pays you back with strength, with respect, with freedom, with victory. So the choice is yours. Die quietly in the coffin of comfort, or rise loudly through the fire of discomfort? Do you want to be remembered as a man who played it safe, who lived soft, who faded into nothing, or as a man who fought, who bled, who refused to surrender, and who became undeniable because of it? Comfort is death, discomfort is life. Choose life, choose pain, choose the fight, because one day, when the world looks at you, they won't see a man who wasted his time in comfort. They'll see a warrior who lived in the fire and conquered because of it. Comfort will kill you, discomfort will save you, and if you choose it, eventually, inevitably, you will win. In the end, comfort feels safe, but it slowly kills your potential. If you stay where it's easy, you'll never discover how far you can actually go. Growth is uncomfortable, progress is painful, but that's the price of becoming the person you were meant to be. So stop settling for comfort. Step into the unknown. That's where your future is waiting. If this spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and comment "I embrace discomfort" to prove you watched till the very end. Because the truth is simple. Stay comfortable and you fail, but push yourself and you rise. See you in the next one.